Most professionals work harder when income stalls. They add hours, they add effort, they add pressure. And it rarely works because pricing power doesn't come from time. It comes from value. This is uncomfortable to hear, especially if you've been rewarded for being reliable, consistent, and professional. But once you understand how value actually works, you stop chasing more work and start building leverage quietly. Time feels safe because it's measurable. You show up, you put in hours, you get paid. But time always hits a ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day. Only so much energy you can give, only so much attention you can sustain. At a certain point, adding more time doesn't increase income, it just increases fatigue. That's the moment most professionals feel stuck. Value doesn't behave like time, value compounds. When you build something that solves a real problem, a skill, a system, an asset, a process, you don't have to repeat the same effort every time. The work is done once, the benefit repeats. This is why two people can work the same hours and earn completely different outcomes. One is selling time, the other is leveraging value. Pricing power is not confidence. It's not visibility, it's not negotiation skill. Pricing power is when the market accepts your terms without resistance. That only happens when replacement is difficult, outcomes are trusted, value is obvious. None of those come from working longer hours. They come from accumulated value. Professionals are often good at execution. They deliver, they are dependable, they do quality work. But that strength becomes a trap. Because execution rewards speed, not leverage. You get promoted by doing more, you get praised for responsiveness. You get trusted for availability. And slowly, your value becomes tied to presence instead of outcomes. Visible effort looks impressive, quiet leverage looks boring. Leverage lives in repeatable skills, systems that remove friction, knowledge that shortens decisions. None of this needs performance. In fact, the quieter the leverage, the stronger it usually is. Introverted professionals tend to think before acting. Build depth instead of noise. Focus on competence over exposure. This makes early growth slower, but later growth more durable. Quiet growth doesn't spike fast. It compounds steadily. That's why it lasts. Many people chase visibility hoping value will follow. But visibility without value creates pressure. You have to keep showing up. Keep performing, keep convincing. Value without visibility creates pull. Opportunities come to you. Pricing resistance drops. You don't have to explain yourself as much. Pricing power builds when your work shortens time for others. Your decisions reduce risk. Your skills remove uncertainty. These things aren't loud. They don't need branding. They don't need hype. They just work. Quiet growth feels slow because there is no applause. No visible milestones, no external validation. But internally, leverage is accumulating. And leverage shows up suddenly when conditions are right. To outsiders, it looks like luck. To you, it feels inevitable. Most professionals overestimate what efforts can do in a year and underestimate what value can do over several. Quiet growth isn't about speed, it's about positioning. You don't need to win attention. You need to become hard to replace. Time has a ceiling, value does not. If your incomes feel capped, the answer is rarely more effort. It's usually better leverage. Quiet growth scales not because it's fast, but because it lasts.